Hey guys, so the other day I made a video on finding percents when you're given a word problem. So they definitely do that a lot, but also another way you're gonna have to find percents is when they just give you a sentence. So when I'm given a huge word problems with a ton of words, I use part over whole equals percent over 100. When I'm just given a basic sentence like this, what is 15% of 35? I use this same setup, percent 100. The only thing is instead of part over whole, I do is over of. So here we go. Let's set this up. Sorry, my 100 stays the same. Now, I always look for percents first because if it's a percent, if the number has a percent on it, it goes in the percent spot. So I have 15%. So I put 15 without the percent sign. You don't need it. Any number over 100 is a percent. So this means 15%. So what is 15% of 32? Do you see that? Of 32. So 32 would go in the of spot and I would put an X there. All right. And now from here, we just cross multiply and divide. So I have, here we go. 100 times X is 100X. I love dividing by 100. You're just moving decimals, but I will show you the other way though. All right, and then 32 times 15, just to make sure this is a shorter video, I already did the math. I'll do it for you, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna do 15 on the bottom because I would much rather multiply with 5 and 1. So here we go, 15 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 5 times 3 is, did I say 15 times 2? I meant 5 times 2. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 is 16. Now, here's my hack, ready? I cross off my 5, and when I put an X there, I put an X there because I messed up as a kid so many times just being like, wait, is that a 0 place value or is that my number? I don't know. And then you have to start all over again. You have to do it in your head. It's an X. It's not a place value holder, or it is a place value holder. All right, 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 3 is 3. I add all that up. I get 480. Okay, now, if you remember from my previous video, you have to get X by itself. You have to isolate it by doing the inverse, which means opposite. Inverse means opposite. So the inverse of what's happening between 100 and X, there's no sign between 100 and X, so we are multiplying. So the inverse would be to divide. Okay, what I do to one side, I do to the other. And when I love this, I have a 0 here and a 0 here. Get rid of them. So now I could just be dividing by 10. 50, first and top in. 10 equals into 48 4 times. That's 40. I'm left with 8, right? I have to add a decimal before I can move on. And then 10 goes into 80 8 times. So what is 15% of 32? It's either 4.8 or 4.80. All right, next question. All right, so here we go. 4 is what percent of 100? Oh, as you can see, did we get a percent? No, we did not get a percent, so that means my X is my percent. So 4 goes in the is spot. Of 10, 10 goes in the of spot. We cross multiply and divide. Let's get it. I want you guys to pause and see if you can get the answer. Okay, 100 times 4 is 400, and 10 times X is 10X. Now you might be thinking, does it matter what side I put it on? Not necessarily, but for, if you're OCD, like I'm low-key a little OCD when it comes to this, I like to go where the arrow tells me to go. So if I'm going from here to here, my answer to this question is going to be on this side, but you don't have to. You're still going to get the same answer. It literally does not matter at all. All right, so now I need to divide by 10 because that's the inverse of multiplying. What I do to one side, do the other, and hey, ooh, this one's not bad. I have a 0 here, a 0 here. What's 40 divided by 1? 40. There you go. All right, so for my last question, we already talked about how to find is. We've just found our percent, and now we're gonna work our problem where we're trying to find of. So here we go. I have a percent, ooh, 25%. I'm not putting the percent sign. You don't need to, it already means 25%. All right, and it says 20 is, so 20 goes in the is spot of what number? All right, so here we go, let's get it. 100, I wanna see if you guys get it. Pause it, do it, come on back. This video is gonna be only 5 minutes long, come on now, come on, you can do it. All right, 100 times 2, here we go, this is what I do. 1 times 2 is 2. I forgot about 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. And then 25x. It does matter that you put the 25 first. It does matter. 25. 25 is the coefficient to x. All right, and the inverse of that would be to divide by 25. All right, I'm gonna erase my board and kind of give myself more space because I need to divide, sorry. So 50, first and tapping. This seems very confusing, right? Because it's a bigger number, but think about it. You guys use quarters all the time. Pretend you're counting quarters. Like, you guys buy snacks at lunch. Like, I know y'all use quarters. Like, don't play me. I know you can count with quarters. Stop it. I've been doing this for too long to think that y'all gonna play me talking about, I don't know how to count by 25s. Yes, you do. So here we go. And you just do one number at a time. I like to cover numbers up, but I don't have the ability to do that with this video. 25 cannot equal 2. 25 cannot equal 20. Put X's over them. You cannot put the first number over here. Okay, 25. How many quarters do you need for $2? I'm waiting. How many quarters do you need for $2? How many quarters do you need for $1? 4. So then how many do you think you need for another dollar? 4. 4. How many is that? 8. And that is 200. Okay, you're left with 0. Check this out. I have a remainder of 0. I'm just going to pop this up. So 20 is 25% of 80. X equals 80. Bye. I'm really going to do it this time.